Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chaotic Little Book Corner. My name's Acacia. Today I'm going to be announcing my participation in the Autumn Readathon, which is hosted by Mercedes from Mercy's Bookish Musings. I will link her channel down below in the doobly-doo, as well as the dates, which are Sunday, October 22nd to the 28th of October, and I will also be linking below the challenges that Mercedes has put to us for us to go with. I will be in bed after surgery when this begins, so I will have a lot of free time to read without interruption. So I am hoping to achieve all 6 of the challenges, but we will see how tired I am after surgery because I don't really know how that works, but we shall see. So the first challenge is to read a spooky gothic read, and that is going to be Robert Louis Stevenson's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which also is for Victober, so 2 birds with 1 stone. Hooray! This is a 75-page long short story, and I am very excited to dive into this and experience it for the first time. It is one of the first horror stories talking about split personalities. So we'll see how I feel about this. It could go one of 2 very different ways, and I'm excited to dive into it and see how that goes. Our next challenge is to read a nonfiction that feels autumnal, and for me, that is going to be The Nordic Theory of Everything in Search of a Better Life by Anu Partien. And I am just sort of excited to read this. This talks about Nordic living and the experience of the Nordic world. I am very excited to kind of dive into that and see how it looks. It goes over health, body, mind, the land, the Nordic theory of love, family values. How children achieve educational success. I'm just very intrigued by this book and excited to dive into it. Then I'm slightly cheating because I've already started this. This is for the Read a Novel in a Cold Location challenge. I have begun this already, but it is a 600-page book. So I don't feel as bad as I would. I am on page 299 on chapter 23 already, and I'm not going to read it again until I pick it up for the readathon. So I'll have 300 pages left, or 359 pages left. This is the story of Jack, who takes over as an onlooker and caretaker for a hotel in northern Maine, I believe. And the location is remote and quiet and cold, and it is for the long winter. And he takes his family up there hoping to get some quality family time in and some writing, and things don't go quite right. Our next challenge is to read a historical fiction, and I'm dropping it. This is The Silent Companion by Laura Purcell. This one could also qualify as the gothic spooky read, but I wanted to challenge myself. And this one is about a woman who is newly married and newly widowed, but pregnant, and she goes to live in a mansion. And it is coming in at, how many pages? 364 pages. So this will be a chunkster, and we will see how I do with this, but I am excited to read this and see how the scariness evolves. And then there are 2 bonus rounds, or 2 bonus challenges, and one is to read a short story collection, which for me is going to be Her Body and Other Parties by Cameron Maria Machado. This is all about fabulous science fiction, magical realism, boundaries of women, violence. It's just going to be amazing, and I am so excited. This is one of my most anticipated reads of this year from the moment I found out about it, and I was sent this for review by Grey Wolf Press. I am so excited to dive into that. And then the last challenge is to read an adult novel from the perspective of a young female protagonist. And this is Little Sister by Barbara Gotti. And I am not entirely sure of the age of Rose, but this is a story of a girl named Rose who has realistic dreams of being in another woman's body. Is she in a merely dreaming or in fact inhabiting a stranger? Disturbed yet entranced, she sets out to discover what is happening to her, leaving the cocoon of her family's small cinema for a larger, unending world and some wildly different from herself. Meanwhile, her mother, in the early stages of dementia, has begun to speak to her for the first time in decades, and another haunting presence, Rosie's younger sister. So this is going to be really interesting, and I'm excited to dive into it. Again, I'm not sure how young, but I know she's a younger woman, so even if she's in her early 20s, I'm going to go with that because I literally picked this up for that challenge. So yes. So that is all the books I will be reading for the readathon, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, let me know by subscribing, and I will see you all down in the comments, and let me know if you need anything. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.